You look well. What's your secret? Care to exchange notes?
Here we are. Oh! A viewpoint. Nice. Odd, odd, odd. How could it be? Let's see. I have nothing. I'm not smart, so I have nothing.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
I do have some thoughts, but let's take things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Maybe somehow they. Are you sure that they are really dead? And there's not like some kind of fake death going on? There might still be two, but they. What are their motives though? What are their motives to be doing that? I mean, because I feel like, yeah, sure, you could be some kind of somehow fake their death, his death or something, and the other one took the girl and escaped somehow and changed her clothes to look like somebody else that would be able to, you know, be identified and then walk out, because only the people who was identified could walk out. So we look like somebody else. We dress them like somebody else. But why would probably the vase just got knocked over in between the tussle or something like that, or you know, the clothes obviously changed the hook away for that person to maybe somehow get in, like with a hook and just rope and just, you know,
just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands.
It was confirmed he was dead, but I feel like somehow it could.
Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Oh, it was Farina.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Alright, here we go. I think I'm gonna go with that. I feel like somehow there's gonna be some sort of
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
pretty decent, I guess.
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence.
What if one of the guards could do something about it? If one of the guards were to be involved. I mean, it wouldn't be any third person involved. They don't do.
But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait. Let me cook.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Alright. Let us cook, boys. It's time. It is time. Let me use 100% of my nut. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, little nut. Let's do this.
Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
There we go. Okay, he shows. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Okay.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
Well, the thud thing. What about the thud thing? I've got to think about that. Look at the thud. Oh, that could be the tussle, probably, right? With the boop, doop, doop, with something happening. Maybe that person was fighting off. You know, the person was trying to capture her. You know, and then she accidentally kicked the vase or something. Doop, doop, you know, something like that.
I see.
Could be.
But when the count
Maybe.
reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Yeah, there must have been the vase. The vase probably like doom, and but that would sound like not doom, right? Yeah, that wouldn't sound like that, but it could be a secret door opening too. No, I think it's probably that. Like the vase probably broke there. Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Lenny not know about that sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
He couldn't hear inside the box. So Lenny couldn't hear it inside the box. But if he was in that place all this time, everyone else could hear, but not Lenny. Would Lenny have not noticed if someone would have... I mean, he was the one that moved to that box to begin with. Because I was thinking, what if someone moved him further away, like to another, actually, box that he was not supposed to be in the first place, but then switched, but then he would have already... He wouldn't do that. How could he not... How could Lenny have not heard the thud? But he could hear the crowd, but not the thud.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
They probably represent the oratress stance on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
They are Fatui?
No wonder they did something like this.
Still don't think it's them.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Alright, let me cook here. Here it comes. I
Good
got
thing
you.
I made all
I got
those
you.
preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Here we go.
Hey, Lyney, why didn't you tell us this before?
LYNEY and Lynette are fatigued. We know there's one guy who can go invisible, right? The Fatui agent. You know the guy. He could go invisible. Couldn't he do something like this? But could he turn other people invisible as well, though?
Order! Order!
I don't know. I don't think. No.
Allow me to reestablish
Has
the
nothing to do with
facts.
it.
Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Lenny and concealed his identity, this could all have been set up beforehand. Plus, Xiao is here in Fontaine along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such scheme before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Granted.
My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
Shut up!
The defendant deceived their own
Lady,
attorneys.
lady,
What is
be
there left to
quiet.
discuss?
Be quiet down there.
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
Thank you. Adjourn.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
You sassy little, I'm gonna break you.
In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
You mother sucker. You about to get your worst. You are explaining to do.
Well,
Explain.
this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain.
Alright.
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know this isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issues first. Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed?
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
Oh?
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from these charges. I believe that the judgment will be dispensed as it should.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
LYNE's statement. LYNEY claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratrice core. Upon entering the tunnel, he did not witness the crime taking place and thus did not hear the thud. LYNEY claimed to have heard a mysterious voice in his chamber that houses the Oratrice core within the Opera House underground. Could it be something? Traveler, what are you thinking, man? I'm still a bit lost. I'm gonna keep it stuck in the stack in the bag. There's nothing I can get here. Oh man. I wonder if you can interact with the secret. You can. I like how they put the. I like how they actually put it in, so you can actually sit on these. It's you know, a little detail that counts. All right, let's get going. Let's win this trial and go home and eat some cake or good food or whatever. The brief adjournment ends, and all the nail-biting trial. Blah, blah,
Both
blah.
parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
There we go.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Oh, what? Based on opposition account or of events, you can identify loopholes in their statements. Use evidence and clue obtaining during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertion of a fact and replace them with new interferences. Use your reputation to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The authorities will display such shift clearly. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you may complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Oh, this is cool. Okay.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Yeah.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney experienced and what he saw.
Okay, where do we want to begin? So, okay, he did went down. Then he claims he headed to the chamber, obtaining a truth upon. Okay, no one left Opera House during. Nope, that's not. Then he claims to have heard a mysterious voice. No, don't belong to Hazley. What's missing? Stud. The existent evidence indicate that when Lenny returned to the tunnel, the crime had already taken place, and all Lenny saw was that.
Linney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
No, I didn't have to refute the other ones. I thought I had to refute everyone. I was like, wait, what can I refute this with? Because that's literally what he did. Yeah, makes sense. Found the thing and blah.
When the countdown started, Linney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent!
Bang boom. Nice. Thanks. Do I just have to press? Oh, there you go.